Welcome to La Twins Experience with
Kim.
and Donyetta.
Now let's get back on our bullshit.
Okay. I can't.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Donyetta.
And welcome back to another episode of La Twins Experience. How's it going?
It's going good. How about yourself? What's going on?
We had to take a week off, y'all, because life got in the way. Mm-hmm. We apologize, but sometimes, we gotta take care of certain things. So we back.
Like we never left. And we know y'all missed us, and we missed y'all too.
Yeah, so I came back from my little trip. I'm not that tan this time. I went to Cancun again.
Tell us about it.
Girl, I was out there living my best life. Woo!
It looked like the best trip ever.
It was just a girls trip. Me and my bestie went out there, and we went to Tulum, which was so freaking awesome. Like, Tulum is everything that they say it is, and more. It's just a different vibe, It's like, it's chill. You're in the jungle. It's hot. Listen, you think Cancun is hot, you go to Tulum. It is so steamy.
So you guys actually stayed in Tulum. You stayed in Cancun and you stayed in Tulum, right?
Well, we stayed in Tulum and we stayed in Playa del Carmen after. So first is like when you leave the airport, you can go like left to Cancun and you can go right, which takes you to Playa del Carmen and Tulum. So we did 3 days in Tulum and then another 3 in Playa del Carmen. But it was so dope.
That sounds awesome. The pictures were everything. The places that you all visit, I was like, let me put these on my list.
And you know what I do? Because I don't really pre-plan much. Like that one cenote that had like that walk out, I knew I wanted to go there. So I had that on my list to go, but we didn't know like the logistics of it. And we actually rented a car. We were like Thelma and Louise out that joint, so...
I thought I saw that, like maybe it was a video you did or Instagram story, and I was like, are they driving like in New York or are they driving in, because let me tell you what I'm not going to do. First of all, the miles per hour versus kilometer things has me shooketh.
That was confusing.
Were you guys nervous?
Well, my friend drove most of the way because I'm like, I will get a ticket. I drive fast and I can't be getting no Mexican tickets and risking going to the Mexican jail. Okay. So I was like, you gonna drive this car, girl, because I can't risk it. So, they drive pretty fast there, but most of the drivers are
fast. The shuttle driver be about making me think I'm not gonna make it to my destination, to the resort from the airport. The way they be, oh Lord, they make me nervous.
Yes, they be flying, and most of the cars on the road are like those kind of vans and transportation and stuff, so they got to get to where they got to go. So it wasn't so bad because once you get out of like the tourist areas, it's more like chill and laid back. But yeah, renting a car was like dope because we went to so many other places that we wouldn't have gone if we didn't have a car, because a taxi ride here is like $30. A taxi ride there is like $40. To get to from the airport is like $100. So, girl, my rental car was $21
for the entire
week.
Stay.
For the week.
Shut your mouth. But see,
and then we had to pay like insurance, $15 a day.
I would be like nervous that I would be that person that got held captive in whatever country I went to because my black behind riding through neighborhoods that I don't have no business being in, and y'all be looking for me and y'all have to contact the embassy to get me to come back. So
listen, I was nervous. I was like, should we do? I booked it the day before because I didn't know if we should do this. I'm like, should we? And you know what? We didn't get stopped, but twice we went through like a checkpoint and they saw 2 black girls and they made us roll down the window and say, what? Yes. So
dang, Black Lives Matter in Mexico too.
Racial profile by black people, brown people. They ain't black, they brown. So yeah, it was. I was a little shaken. And when I was there last month, the tour guide he told us. He said the Mexican police are the most corrupt police ever. So stay away from them.
Yeah, and I would just be so. I don't, but you know what? When I travel within the United States, I only rent a car if I have to. Like I remember going to Austin, Texas, a few years ago, and they didn't have like Uber or Lyft. You know, certain cities they fight to keep, you know, those types of transportation out, and so yeah, when I go to Miami, for sure in New York, like rent a car, what? So yeah, I'm gonna have to do better with my life.
But I'm ready to go back because there were some places I didn't hit. So
look, when I was texting earlier today with some people about a trip, so just let me know. We gonna skirt.
You know, Escobar's mansion is out there, and you can like go. It's on the beach. You can like go for the day, but they want like $100 just to get in the place. I'm like, I only want to go for a couple pictures. I don't ever want to pay $100 to get in the place and take pictures. So you gonna have to get you a sugar daddy. So
all I need is salt daddies, okay? I wish I met a sugar daddy. I be meeting salt and vinegar chip daddies, baby.
You know how those profiles be sliding in your DMs like, be my sugar baby. I might have to respond to one of those.
Somebody sent me one on Instagram last week. Did I screenshot that and send it to you?
I get one at least once a week.
Somebody sent me one because, you know, like if you have a business account now, if I don't follow you, even if you follow me, if I don't follow you, I have to approve your messages. And somebody was like, hey, something like a sugar mama or something. They're looking for a sugar baby. And I was like, yeah, I ain't even opened that message.
Oh, you know what? One, I texted back. I went on my Google Voice account. I wonder if it's still there. I was like, let me see what these fools are talking about. I texted that joker back, and he was like, yes.
So is it spam or these are real people?
They're real people.
Oh.
Those are real people, because that man was texting back, and it wasn't automated. It was like custom responses.
Well, you know what Lil Jon said, ain't nothing free. So sometimes I think I always thought it was spam or either people who probably don't have much money in the first place. So I never.
You could cash at me. It's straight Kim.
Mine is Donyetta, Dyetta.
We make it easy for you to get in contact with us and send money if you need to.
Blessings.
Y'all just gonna ride the motorcycles until it get ice cold outside. Like,
I'm gonna keep leaving them in there. They gonna ride it on the ice, then we gonna hear them sliding. Some hot boys.
Listen, I'm sick of them.
What is that?
Some Sour Patch Kids.
I just got finished talking about salt and vinegar daddies, and that Kim over there eating Sour Patch Kids.
So how was your week?
It's been a busy week. So working full time, content creation, still getting situated in the house. And my grandmother passed away, and so we had her funeral this week. And so just a different type of like busy, like helping my family, like playing with the preparations. This was the first time that I've ever written an obituary. And so like just the process of that and like learning so much about my grandmother that I didn't know. Like she had a whole life outside of being my grandma that I would not know about if I didn't help write this obituary. And so it was like when you go like read somebody's journal or something and you like learn so much about them and it makes you appreciate them even more. And so so it was good to see all of my family. I think so I have 12. There are 13 first cousins between my dad and his siblings. There's 13 kids. Wow. My dad is one of 5. And so that was the first time that I ever remember in my life, and I'll be 40 next year, that me and my first cousins have ever been in the same place at once. So like even if we do family functions, you know how somebody can't make it or somebody didn't come. And so this was the first time. And unfortunately, you know, because of why we were there, but all 13 of us were in the same place at the same time. And so that was, I was like, wow. So yeah.
And that's how it is. Like, you don't see all of your family until like a tragedy happens. It's always like that. like like 7-8 years ago, my grandmother passed, and when we were there, we said we're gonna do a family reunion, and we did a family reunion the next year, and we haven't seen each other since.
Yep. And when we have, like you said, when we have family reunions, sometimes people can't make it. It depends on what's going on, and so that was, and then this was the first funeral that I've been to like during COVID, and so
how was that?
It was pretty much just so we were able to have it at my grandparents' church, but it was only, like I said, my dad and his siblings. My grandfather is still alive. And then all the kids. So it's 13 grandkids in total, and I think 24 great grandkids.
Wow.
So even just like that number of people. And I think there were like a handful of cousins that came in from out of town. And then, of course, like I think the church choir, there were 4 people from her church choir that sang, her pastor, and then maybe like 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6 women from the church that were like the flower carriers, when they take all the plants and the flowers out. But it was just different because I know on a typical day that it would be a funeral, the church would probably be packed. So things of that nature. We did a recessional, so because my grandfather's retired from the military, my grandmother has the right to be buried at one of the military cemeteries here in Georgia. And so it wasn't the traditional, like where you see they shoot the guns in the air and do the flags. They don't do that for spouses, but they only gave us like a 30-minute slot to be at the place where they were actually gonna, bury her. And so that was just different. But we still had like a police escort. We didn't do a family car, when you ride to the church and to the cemetery. So there was no family car, but we did have a processional. And I think the thing that made me the saddest, and it's so weird, is, when you're doing is it a processional or a recessional?
Well, pro is pre-sessional?
Pre-sessional.
Is that before?
I don't know. Look, skirt, we don't know. But
I think recessional might be after.
So when we were going to the cemetery, when we were going to the cemetery, you know how everybody that's in the family line, they have their blinkers on and they're driving. And I think the thing that made me the saddest during that whole time is like to see all the other cars put over and acknowledge that we're, part of a funeral. And so these people do not know us. And then because of where I'm from, it's not like a 2-lane road or something like that. Like I'm talking about a 4-lane highway and people that are on the other side of the highway. So the traffic that will be coming towards us, like even they pulled over to acknowledge.
Aww.
And so that's the part that I think probably made me the saddest. But because then it's real, like when other people start acknowledging something that you're going through, then I don't know if it makes it more real, if that makes sense. But I was like, these people don't even know us. And you forget that people have compassion and that even in the midst of what we're all going through, like we can all relate to something. But it was a good homegoing. It was a celebration of life. And it was so, so good to see all of my family and everybody got along for the most part. And so it was a sad occasion, but it was a good celebration of my grandma's life.
Yeah, she lived a good life.
She was 84 years young.
And she went out in style.
Yes, indeed. Her pink casket, her pink hat, and her pink suit. And so I'm wearing pink today in honor of my grandmother as well as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Beautiful. Okay, so song pick up the week, y'all.
Da-da-da-da.
Now, when I was on my little Thelma and Louise in Tulum, we were listening to the 90s playlist and the 2000s playlist. And the playlist is but so long, and they play the same songs over and over.
Yeah.
And this song was one of those songs. It's Lloyd, I Want You. It was on the 2000s playlist. But God, every time this song came on, I was like, this is my jam.
It makes you just want to glide. Like, if I could skate. Yes.
It's like the good old days when, like, music was good. So let me play a little bit of this for y'all. That's all you're getting.
Oh yeah, because we did 5 seconds for the last episode, and we did not get a copyright claim, so 5 might be the sweet spot.
But that's what year was that? Let me see.
I remember being very much in college.
In high school. College?
Oh, I think college. Can I be your friend? And we were talking earlier, the biggest debate, one of the biggest debates in the world is she 5'2" or 5'2"? I think 5'2".
I'm going to go with fine, too. She's fine, too.
You know what? I'm
So
going to Google
2007.
it. That was a lot later than I thought.
Wow.
You know what? I typed in, is she fine? And Google completed or 5'2". Look, let me tell y'all about
Google,
the internet.
I need y'all to stay out of our business. I know you heard that. Decatur, where's Greta?
And
she's fine too, but I want you. It's fine too.
he said he always tell people it's whatever you want it to be. Boy, shut up.
Ooh, where's Lloyd anyway? I need Lloyd. Lloyd,
Indicator
where
where's greater?
Decatur, where's Greta? Does Lloyd have a last name?
Nat Banks. Remember one time you said it was Banks? G-Unit. No, stop.
Oh my God. I put where is Lloyd? Google added from. Where is Lloyd from? He's from New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, I just want to know where is Lloyd. I don't want to know where he's from. Where is Lloyd? Because that boy could sing. His name is Lloyd Polite Jr. No wonder he goes by Lloyd.
Polite, like as in manners?
Like polite, yes.
Oh. Well, you know what? I can't even say nothing because I was doing my family tree back in the day, and I have people in my family lineage named Lemon and Pledge. These are first names now. Pledge, Lemon. So yeah, Lemon and Pledge.
Lemon, okay. Wait, a first name Lemon?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Because the last name Lemon, I can roll with that.
Like Don Lemon,
first
yeah.
Name?
Nope, the first name is Lemon, and then the first name is Pledge.
Well, Gwyneth named her daughter Apple, so they were way ahead of the game.
This is true. But I wonder, like, what that pledge was about, because that for sure would have been a part of my family tree, like, during slavery times. And so I know, you know, names used to have meanings. You're not going to find Donyetta in a baby book, and it sure as heck don't mean anything. But I wonder, like, what was the sentiment behind having a baby during that era and then picking the name Pledge? I would love to have been a fly on the wall to see, you know, what was going on with that. All right, for my song pick of the week, I don't know. I think it happened when Beyonce's The Gift came out after The Lion King, because I've really, really gotten into like Afrobeat music. And so my song pick of the week is Fall by DeVito.
That song was the shit.
Yeah, I don't
When
want to
was
be
that,
a
last
player
summer?
no more. Maybe the summer before. He was supposed to come to Atlanta. Well, not come, perform in Atlanta. He is an American-born Nigerian. And I be in the car listening to like all the Afro beats, Pandora stations. Like I know, and some of the words I still have to look up. But yes, that song goes hard. I've been at, you know, Black Brunch in Atlanta is a whole nother lifestyle. Like we play music, and so I've been to brunch in Atlanta, and that song came on, and everybody lost it. Like Cash Money Records was taking over for the 99 and the 2000, baby.
They just get up in their seat and start dancing.
Yeah, and Beyonce, Before I Let Go, like her version of that song comes on. We got mimosas and chicken and waffles in our hand doing the electric slide in the restaurant. You know what? I miss Black Brunch in Atlanta. Dang it, man.
Listen, we would be at parties with Adidas, and that song came on.
Mm-hmm.
And all the black folks get up and do the damn electric slide, and all the white people standing around watching us. Like, what are they doing?
You know what the thing about Atlanta, though, is I've been places where I'm doing the electric slide, the cha-cha slide, the Cupid shuffle, and white people know the dance moves too, baby. They be doing it with us.
That'd be the best when they do it with us.
Man, I miss going outside.
I know.
I forgot about
Ugh.
black brunch. And like I was a whole bruncher, but I ain't do like really brunch. Technically, I did lunch because I don't want to get up and be nowhere till like 2 or 3. But we call it brunch because they still have bottomless whatever on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 2021, we doing black brunch again.
We hope.
We gonna do it with our mask on. Something.
Shoot, at the rate we going.
So, our next segment is Black Girl Magic. I feel like we should have glitter and throw it every time we say that, but you get
We're
it.
gonna find some glitter.
I got some. I got some sequins somewhere. Of course, I would have glitter in my house. I'm so damn extra. All right.
Just remember, you're gonna be vacuuming that glitter up.
Oh yeah,
before you throw it.
Oh yeah, and you know now that I got a house, I be like, don't be messing up my walls. But I'm the only person that lives here, so these my walls now. Y'all ain't gonna be putting holes.
You over there talking to yourself?
And Carmen, my dog.
If Carmen starts talking back,
baby, it's time to go. Get out.
Houston, we have a problem.
She be looking at me like, or like when I be moving something and I accidentally like bang a wall, I be like, dang. Oh, I be so mad at myself. I get my Mr. Clean Magic Eraser out. I be like, oh, these my walls now. But yeah, funny Lord. How things change. But tell us what we got for Black Girl Magic. Kim, what we got?
Girl, the housewives of New York City.
Yes.
Finally got them a black housewife.
Now, how long has this franchise been on air?
Listen, they've been on, I think they were the second after Orange County, so they've been on like over 10 years, and they act like ain't no black folks in New York City. Mm-hmm. Look, I've been watching this show since the beginning. The only black person that has been on that show is Bethany's driver.
Oh, The Help.
And he wasn't getting paid to be on the show. He was getting paid to be Bethany's driver.
Driving Miss Daisy.
The only black person. And this year, the new girl, Leah, I know you don't watch the show. For those of y'all that watch the show, they have a new girl called Leah. She's like 37 years old. Everyone else is in their 50s. Ooh. She's 37, so she had a party for the launch of her brand, which is like a streetwear brand. Well, not the launch. It was like a celebration, 15-year celebration. And her party was like so diverse. She listens to hip-hop music. It was full of black folks. Sonia Morgan. Do you know Sonia Morgan?
I don't think I do.
Homegirl. She was married to J.P. Morgan Chase.
Okay.
His son or something. He's old as he's about to go, but she was married to him, and she's like this old white lady, but she came and saw the black people, said, these are my people, this party is lit.
She was having the time of her life.
I was like, Sonia, you are my girl. But that was like the only other time I saw black people on this show, which is crazy. But
they didn't have like black friends that would come on the show?
No black friends, which is, I mean, I don't have any white friends. I don't have any white friends. Do you?
Yes, I do, because I went to both a predominantly white high school and a predominantly white, what do we call it, PWI college. And so when once upon a time I had a wedding, and I had of 8 bridesmaids, 2 of them were white and one was an Indian lady.
Wait, once upon a time you had a wedding.
You saw how I tried to gloss over that? What is wrong with that? Yeah, once upon a time I had a wedding, and out of 8 bridesmaids, 2 were white and 1 was Indian.
You had 8 bridesmaids.
Baby, I told you I'm extra. I got glitter in my damn house just ready to go. Okay?
God damn, I don't even have 8 friends.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God. Woo. We're back on our bullshit. I missed this last week.
I don't even know who my bridesmaids were. Oh, okay.
Now,
my 2 friends.
Some of them I don't keep in touch with anymore. You know, life just changes. But yeah, like in one of my bridesmaids, one of the white women, she had her wedding and I was a bridesmaid.
Were you the only one?
on her side, her husband had black groomsmen, I believe. But her wedding, remember that show Platinum Weddings?
It was on there?
Her wedding was on Platinum Weddings, and I was on there. So
I used to love that show.
So I do, but because I'm a military kid, and then because of my high school and college, I do have non-black friends. But even Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I used to watch that one up until maybe Sheree said, "Who gonna check me, boo?" Because I just first moved to Atlanta, and I was like learning about Atlanta by watching that show, like the restaurants and all the places to be. Even Housewives of Atlanta, which Atlanta is like Black Mecca of the U.S. of A., had a white woman on the show as a reoccurring cast member.
Was on there.
She had a peach, so New York. But you know what? I heard New York is a very racist state. And people don't think about it because it's not in the South. And I do have several friends that are from New York who are black and have also said the same thing. Like, they don't have friends that don't look like them just because of, how the way the city is set up. We sort of congregate.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's not racist. It's just divided still. Mm-hmm. So
she's just trying to pick a careful word. She's like, divided still.
Listen, when I used to take the train to work when I lived in the boroughs, right? If you were black and you were going uptown, you knew once that train hit 96th Street, all the white folks were getting off the train.
Now, what are the
boroughs?
boroughs?
If you wanted a seat, the boroughs are Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, Queens.
What's uptown?
Uptown is the Bronx and like Harlem. That's uptown. So you're going uptown.
So now you don't live in the boroughs.
You're going like to the numbers. So you're going like 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s. That's going downtown. And
now you don't live in the boroughs.
No, I live in Long Island. I ain't even in none of that now.
So why is it Long Island one of the boroughs? Why are there some more boroughs and there's some aren't?
So the 5 boroughs are New York City, right?
Oh, I know. Okay, yes. Okay.
So Long Island is a suburb of New York City, but we're not considered New York City. We're just a suburb of New York City. And then you have like upstate New York, so like Rochester, Albany. Like if someone says they're from New York and they live in Albany, like they're not really from New York. They're from upstate.
I've heard people say that. I have heard people say that.
Like someone told me they were from New York. Oh yeah, which part? Albany. That's not New York. That's upstate. Like from New York City.
Right, don't do me. Yeah,
don't come for me. I'm sorry. You're not. You're from upstate. It's like it's different. People growing up in the 5 boroughs and growing up outside of the 5 boroughs is just a totally different lifestyle. Okay, we went off on a whole tangent.
And we still haven't talked about Black Girl Magic, but we hope you guys have learned a lot.
But New York City is like, it has almost classes, So like, just like, Buckhead, right? Mm-hmm. Manhattan, certain parts of Manhattan is like your Buckhead.
Okay.
That's like the wealthy part of New York. Like New York City has some of the most expensive real estate, and it's apartments.
I know, because I've seen it, like only $3,000 a month. That's some people, that's their whole monthly salary.
And that's probably for a studio.
Mm-hmm. See?
A little studio.
Oof.
Yeah, like New York City is no joke for prices. Like those little apartments cost millions. You buying a 2-bedroom apartment, you're gonna pay millions for it.
I remember being an adult and because I've gone to New York several times, realizing how rich the Huxtables were. Because they had that brownstone. And they lived in the
Brooklyn brownstone back then. You know how much those brownstones are worth now?
I remember, I was like, the damn Huxtables were rich.
They were rich.
They got a whole house for 5 kids.
And like those neighborhoods now that were black people, black owned, they're gentrified. You go to those neighborhoods now and they're full of white folks. Yeah, so Harlem was my stomping ground, and that was like the mecca of black. You didn't see white people, and today is just like
I've heard people say that. Like different podcasts I listen to, because I do a podcast because I actually listen to podcasts. I've heard that whereas white people didn't want to live in Harlem, because Harlem, that's where Showtime at the Apollo Theater is, perhaps.
125th Street.
Yeah, white people typically didn't live in Harlem and the Bronx and areas like that, and it's becoming a big issue with gentrification. But they are coming into these neighborhoods with the same entitlement. And they be like, you didn't have to move here, right?
Okay.
Like, how does that work? How you got an attitude and you move to my time? Skirt. Let's get back to Black Girl Magic, child.
You know.
What's her name? Look, we forgot the woman's name.
So the new housewife of New York City is Ebony K. Williams. And Miss Williams is an attorney. She's a television host on Revolt. How many people watch Revolt?
I don't even know how to get to it, but I really had to clear my throat, but that was so fitting. Even my throat is shady. Gosh.
She hosts State of the Culture on Revolt. So now I'm going to go download Revolt and try to get in.
Well, she sounds blackety black. State of the Culture. She sounds blackety black. Ebony.
She's black.
Congratulations.
And she's beautiful. So I'm happy they finally get some color on that show, girl. Because these old white women, they just getting on my nerves.
That's ridiculous. I thought they'd at least have like black friends or something. Like, come on, y'all. We got to do better.
If they have black friends, they don't show them on the show.
Gots to be more careful.
So, yeah, I need y'all to... I wonder where she lives. Does she live in Manhattan? Maybe she's gonna be the first Brooklyn housewife. I don't know. So this is I'm gonna be watching this one very close because Beverly Hills Housewives added Garcelle Bouvet last year.
I remember hearing that.
So she was the first black housewife on Beverly Hills. Now, is Bravo doing this because of the whole social atmosphere right now?
That did cross my mind.
Because I don't know how it's... But you know what? On the flip side of things, we never complained like that Atlanta is basically an all-black cast.
Because that would be like complaining about the Real Housewives of D.C. being, and then they had Kim Zolciak on there, who, even though she had a lot of black friends, she was like a straight-up white girl. Her kids are white. She's married to a white man, So you didn't.
And DC doesn't have any white people either.
Oh, there really is a Real Housewives of DC? I was being facetious.
Yeah, Potomac.
Baby, I heard they got in a good fight recently.
Girl, I watched that in Tulum on my iPad, girl. I was like...
I hadn't seen it, but I was wondering why people were saying it was ghetto. So that's why. Okay,
girl,
because
Candace and what's the other girl name? Monique.
Was it like a fight or one of them Real Housewives?
No, it was
fight?
like a little cat fight. Like she had about a hand. She was.
That sound like not. So it wasn't like the Players Club.
Nah, she didn't get no uppercuts in. She didn't hook off on her. She just had about a wig. And girl, when she got up, I'm gonna insert the picture so y'all can see it. Homegirl's wig was like. Listen, I done told y'all about them wigs, okay?
Oh, gosh.
But she got up, she said, is my wig on? That's the first thing she said. I said, girl,
and it was
what?
twisted.
Girl, that wig was like, she had to move that shit over.
It was moving like the toupee of the granddaddy in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Listen, I don't know what she had under that wig, but she was concerned about it being seen because she said, "Is my
Never
wig
do you get
on?"
in a fight and the first thing you ask is my wig on?
Like, I want to know, am I bloody? Is anything wrong?
Did
like,
I lose
you
a
want to
tooth?
know if your wig was on straight. I said,
Did she scratch me in my face? She worried about that wig, baby. Priorities.
Like, I need y'all to give these wigs a break. Y'all gonna tell me to take my twists out. I took my twist. Go on my Instagram.
She done had 6 sets of twists and y'all still got this.
I got hair under here. You can see my edges and my scalp right here.
Well, that's your problem with the wigs. We see too much scalp.
What y'all got under these wigs? I don't understand. I need to know. Okay? I don't trust a bitch I never seen her scalp. If I ain't seen your scalp, I can't trust you farther than I could throw you.
Ugh. And you can't throw them. So, you can tell I'm from the country and you can't throw them.
Don't come for me with these wigs again, y'all, because y'all need to get... I got me a wig hanging on the door that I never wore.
I want you to bring it on the next show. We've heard about said wig. I want to see it.
It's hanging on the door for 2 years. Like, I just can't. I can't do it. Like, it just doesn't feel secure to me. Like,
yeah, like and then people who put the glue on, I think that's damaging. Probably.
That's why they ain't got no edges.
Yeah, that's damaging.
You be seeing when these girls finally take their wigs off and try to scoop their hair up in a ponytail and put a fake pony on, and the edges just be where they at. Where they at?
Where they at, though? Where them hot
y'all
boys
putting
at?
glue. Who puts glue? Okay, let's stop talking about these wigs.
You see me?
Live your life with these wigs. I just can't. I need to know where the weave lady. Does the weave lady still have a job?
Like the lady who was doing sew-ins?
Because I used to get sew-ins. Like, does she still have a job? Like, what is the weave lady doing now?
Some of these weaves, I can't even call it, boss. I don't know if it's a sew-in or a wig because I'm not, like, weave savvy. But I wonder, people still get sew-ins, right?
What is wrong with a good old-fashioned weave? I don't understand. I mean, shit, I used to have my swoop, my part here, my swoop it over. I used to have to flat iron this swoop out.
Please post a picture of this. I want to see this.
Listen, my weaves used to look good, okay? My girl used to color mine honey blonde. Like, I got my weave from India. My weave was you couldn't tell me nothing.
I wonder, so when did lace fronts become like a thing?
I blame these celebrities because that's all they wear now, and that's what people follow. These damn celebrities. When are we gonna move on from wigs? When can we move on to something? Remember your mama back in the day used to wear a wig?
Yeah, usually it'd be like somebody's grandma. Wigs were like for older women. Grandma. Yeah.
It just came full circle.
Because it would come off if they was like shouting a lot in church or got the Holy Ghost.
It just needs to die a quick death. If
not
we
even
as
slow,
black women,
a quick death.
A quick death. If we would embrace our natural hair, everything would be good in the world. I'm telling you.
Well, I think that's a whole part of the concept of being, for lack of I don't want to say whitewashed, but you're told like what's the standard, what's beautiful in like our natural hair. Like some places will still say if you wear your hair in its natural state or locks or like certain ethnic hairstyles, that is unprofessional. And so I think there's a whole lot of... Now, some people wear wigs because they want a different look. They say it's like their boyfriend or husband go on a date with a different woman every day of the week. But then there are some people who genuinely just don't like the way that God made their hair grow out of their heads. And that's a whole nother like psychological plight of the black person in America. Self-taught self-hate issue.
Listen, I don't like my nappy hair that comes out of my head either, but I gotta make do with what I got. It's nappy. It's nappy. That's what I got. But I make do with what I got. Okay?
Yeah. And I've talked about this before, like in different like interviews and stuff. That sounds so professional that I've been doing like interviews. But I don't know like how I got just like so like I love my hair, but I know like for a lot of like even like family members and friends, that's just not how they feel.
Listen, it's hard being a black woman and dealing with our hair. It is not easy. And look, I can't do a wash and set. I have tried.
I'm gonna do one. The next time you come down here, I'm gonna see if I can make it. Because usually when people say they can't do them, I can do them. And I'll be like, damn, that turned out better than mine.
My hair shrivels up to this right here.
Well, that's how mine is too. Like the last time that I straightened my hair was 2014. My hair probably came to like right around my ears. When I straightened it, it was like near my bra strap.
See, my hair, when I blow it out, it's like out here. Mm-hmm. But after I twist it up and do like a twist out, it's up here. And when it's wet, it's at the scalp. Like, I can't do a wash and go. It's just, I did it once, and I said, where your alfalfa ass think you going? Where you think you going with this?
Wait, alfalfa?
It was a hot mess. I said,
Congratulations, Miss Ebony K. Smith. Is that her name?
Ebony K. Williams.
Williams.
Congratulations. I look forward to you bringing a little brown girl magic, black girl magic to the Real Housewives of New York City. And you, young girl, you 37, so don't let them tiggle bitties try to.
Why are they tiggle bitties?
Old bitties, them old bitties.
I was about to say tiggle bitties are something totally different.
Right?
Yeah, those are something totally different. Old bitties versus tiggle bitties.
Let them old hags try to, give you the rookie treatment. We
no hazing.
Come in here and tear shit up. Shoot.
Boom.
If you weren't aware, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a blast from the past, Ananda Lewis. Now, if you are a 90s baby like we are, you grew up on BET. We came home after school, we watched Teen Summit, we watched all our BET shows, and Ananda was a staple in all of our homes. So, Ananda has breast cancer. She is stage 3, I think.
Yeah. She dropped it as a whole entire bomb, too. On Instagram, of all places.
Dropped it on Instagram a week ago, and I watch her video if you haven't watched it, especially if you're a woman, because I'm sorry if y'all hear Mr. Softy in the background. It's the end of summer in New York. They're trying to get their last bits of summer.
For y'all that don't know, that's the ice cream truck, because Mr. Softy sounds like it could go so many different places.
It's a New York thing. It's Mr. Softy. Mr. Softy is out until the snow comes. But yeah, back to Ananda. She released a video on her Instagram page, and in her video she said that she rejected getting mammograms for years because of the radiation that you get from getting those mammograms. She said if she would have gotten her mammograms, it would have been detected earlier. And she could have, I don't know, maybe gotten a mastectomy, done some other preventative care, and it wouldn't have gotten this far. So,
because I think it's began to spread into her lymph nodes. Is that what she said?
I don't know if she said that.
She said she was one of those people that was like hell bent against mammograms, and even now with her treatment, she's not doing like your typical chemotherapy treatment. She is taking like a more holistic approach. And when she posted the video, she said she acknowledged that a lot of her friends and family, this was going to be the first time that they were hearing about her having breast cancer, and she's sorry that they had to hear about it that way, but she didn't want people knowing, like, how people project things onto you. She didn't want people to feel sorry for her. She didn't want people to like overcompensate in their support or emotions. And I didn't know she has a son. Is it a son she has?
Either. She said, I think she did say she had a son.
And that's one of the reasons she's fighting. And she says her only regret is that she didn't get her mammogram. She said because they would have, like Kim said, they would have caught it a lot earlier. And she has a son that she is fighting like hell to stay alive for.
And, I know mammograms are uncomfortable. I've had one before. They stick your boob in this machine and it squishes it.
I haven't had one yet.
I think I got one at 35 or 36.
Do you have a history of breast cancer in your family?
No, I don't have a history of breast cancer, but I had like something. It wasn't a lump, but I had it biopsied when I was like 32, something like that. So, just preventative care, my doctor sent me for a mammogram and everything was fine, but it's not, I can understand why women don't want to do it because it's not comfortable. You're in a room with someone else. Hopefully you're in there with another woman and not a man, and they're holding your breast, they're putting it in this machine, and the machine literally squishes your breast like a pancake.
Does that hurt? You said uncomfortable. I think painful sounds like...
It doesn't hurt. It's just very... and you're standing up. And you're like this. You're like sideways pushing your breast into a machine. It is not comfortable at all. And I can understand why women don't... Listen, you could be a man getting something up your butt.
But you know what people don't know? Men can get breast cancer too. Check your chest tissues, men. They get breast cancer.
But yeah, I think when you turn 40, you start getting them yearly.
So I'll have to start. But I remember being in my 20s and my coworker's daughter did that. Is it the BRCA analysis? Where if you have
BRCA, if you have the BRCA gene.
And we were about maybe 26, 27. Her daughter was the same age as me, and she had to get
mastectomy.
At the age of 20 something. Like, it was for sure that I think she was highly likely to have ovarian cancer as well as breast cancer. So she had her breast removed in her 20s.
Wow. Yeah, if you have a history of breast cancer in your family, then you should definitely speak with your doctor and get tested for the BRCA gene, because if you have that BRCA gene, I was just watching a show, Dr. 90210 came back on E, and a woman was on that show and she had the BRCA gene, and I think she said she had like an 80% chance of getting breast cancer by the time she was 80, which I thought was an interesting number.
80 by 80, yeah.
Basically her whole life she's at risk of getting breast cancer. So she got a double mastectomy and she got implants in, as soon as she got the mastectomy, they did the reconstructive surgery right then and there. So
that's what my coworker's daughter ended up doing. And she was she had a very large, breast size. And so I think in a lot of ways she was relieved that she could go down in size, so she didn't get them reconstructed as like double D's or whatever they were. But like, to be 20 something years old and you have to make a decision like that.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And for Ananda, she's in her 40s and she has a young child at home. So, I can't even imagine what she's going through.
And in some parts of the video, she was going to start crying. And, I'm watching the video blinking. But, yeah.
It was hard to watch. But I'm glad she came forward, because this will prompt other women, regular women, to get their mammograms and do their breast checks. Because I don't do my breast check as often as I should, but it's a reminder that we should be checking ourselves regularly and making sure that we're just staying in the best health, going to your GYN every year, going to your regular doctor every year. We have to stay on top of it, especially as Black people. Heart disease is the #1 killer for Black people. Make sure you're getting your yearlies and your EKGs. I had to switch doctors because my doctor wasn't giving me an EKG.
And when you told me that, I was like, I've never had one of my doctors. I live in Atlanta. All my doctors Black.
I didn't even know you were supposed to get a yearly EKG until I talked to my friend, and she said, yeah, my doctor gives me an EKG. I said, I never had an EKG before, so I switched doctors.
I need to get on that. And I don't know, I've been living in a la la land, because my chest typically, until I turned 39 and started gaining weight, my chest was always on the small side. I remember I could go outside running without a bra on and nothing hurt, But I think I've lived in la la land, and I don't do my monthly breast exams like I'm supposed to. I never really had breasts.
I know. But something like this puts it into perspective, we have to do it. And if you're not getting an EKG at your yearly, I need you to ask your doctor why, and if they don't do it, get you a new doctor, because heart disease is no joke. We are dropping dead left and right from heart attacks.
And police.
That's the #1 killer. Not even for Black people, for everybody. But we're even more susceptible because we have high blood pressure,
diabetes.
It's just, we have all the stuff that we're not supposed to have. Black folks have it. So when you know better, you do better.
And we're sending love and light to Ananda Lewis. We are wishing you the best and a speedy recovery, my dear.
Yes. This is bullshit of the week, y'all.
Yeah. Some of it is actually bullshit.
Y'all's president. He ain't my president. He's y'all's president. He is a damn piece of work. So, this fool that tested positive for COVID.
That he said was made up first, and then when he did acknowledge it, you can drink cleaning disinfectants and stuff to cure it.
Yo, those memes took me out when they had him plugged up to the damn bleach with the cords. I'm like, yeah, I hope he's taking his bleach right now to treat his little tired ass.
So he has COVID, his wife has COVID, the staff has COVID, they riding around.
But where is Melanie? We ain't heard a peep from her.
She's probably somewhere being disgusted with her whole life right now.
Listen, I don't trust Donald, okay? I don't trust him to do something to Melanie and
You think she
something
gone?
will happen to her. Where's she at?
When was the last time we saw her? She wasn't at any of the debates?
She was at the last debate, right? She was there because she was on stage at the end, but we ain't seen her since, and no one is told. Where is Melanie? I need to know.
Blink,
she at?
blink, girl, blink if you need help.
Wait, but y'all's president.
Wait, she is really gonna say y'all's president? Kendall went to Mexico and then changed her citizenship. We just don't know yet.
Y'all's president is having an event at the White House tomorrow. Tomorrow. He canceled his debate with Biden for next week. I don't know why Biden... Well, it was going to be virtual. They switched it to virtual.
Okay.
So first it was going to be in person, then virtual. And he said he didn't want to do a virtual debate. But he wants to infect everyone else with his COVID at the... I don't understand.
You saw him doing that photo opportunity riding around in the... What's the car name? Not Air Force One, that's the plane. Riding around in those presidential cars, and they said if there were any place that you were gonna like pass COVID, that's highly likely. Like that's the worst place to be because you know those vehicles are structured to be resistant to like chemical warfare attack. You know, certain bombs and carrying on. So they said like the air circulation, that's an airtight vehicle. That's not your standard vehicle. So the Secret Service that has to protect him because that's their job, the driver that has to drive him because that's their job, he is putting people at risk so he can take a photo.
I don't understand.
The doctors were like, that's the worst place to be in if you have COVID. It's airtight.
But you're supposed to be quarantining. Why are you leaving the hospital?
He doing interviews coughing.
His interview with Fox. I'm like, this dude can't even talk without coughing, and you're having an event at the White House, and he wants to have a rally this weekend, 2 rallies.
Is he trying to take his? I think he's realized the error of his ways, and he's trying to take his followers out by giving them COVID.
Listen, take them out so they don't vote on election day. Take all their asses out. Have them all at home in bed. Listen, he's going to be praying for those absentee ballots when all the people at his rallies are infected with COVID. He's going to want them to send those absentee ballots in.
Didn't somebody already die? Like one of his supporters, a black supporter that was caught COVID.
Black man, he ran for president. He didn't get far, but yes, he caught COVID at that first rally that they had back in that dome. He was there. Remember those black folks that were keying it up in the rally? He was one of them. He's dead. So y'all go ahead and keep going to y'all president's rallies and see what's going to happen to y'all.
And this is just so indicative of how serious he doesn't take anything. But you know, a genuine narcissist is not self-reflective or empathetic. So if I have COVID, then I would want people to not be around me. But he doesn't have care and consideration for anybody. And you see this. He's shown us he showed us before he put him in office. I didn't vote for him. He showed us before y'all put him in office. Like his just lack of consideration and just decency and respect is overwhelming and disgusting at the same time.
Also, where is their son?
His wife, I heard, keeps him out of the spotlight, but I think he is, I don't want to say autistic. I'm putting on lipstick on the show. He might have like Asperger's. I don't want to like misstate, but I think she purposely keeps him out of the spotlight as a child so he won't be attacked and bullied and things of that nature. I have heard that before. You know, mamas are protective.
But is the son infected as well?
Because he's a teenager, right? The youngest is,
I think he's maybe 14 or, early teenager. 13, 14. But, girl, Melanie, get better, girl. Because you just got to ride this thing out for when this man is no longer president so you can just get out of this situation you in. Melanie fed up, too. You heard her call when she was like, what the F do they want? She said, I did the Christmas decorations. What more do they want?
Every time I see her, I think of Tina Turner and What's Love Got to Do with It when she beat Ike up in that Cadillac and then she ran through that hotel lobby.
Well, her head like
yeah, like a dog, like a pack of
against the
dogs was checking, like attacking. I feel so, and I know like a lot of people are like saying, "Well, I'm glad that they got it, and I hope he dies from it." Like I don't do like statements like that, but and people's like, "Well, she married him." Half of y'all done dated and married some busters that you wish you wouldn't have dated or married. So I can empathize with that. She looks so disgusted and over it, and I just
all the time.
girl.
I don't feel bad for her though. You married an old white rich man for his money.
He's supposed to been died.
You never thought he was going to be president. So this you reap what you sow. These are the consequences for your act. You just better hope that Donald ain't broke. Okay,
He is. He's $450 million in debt.
You know how white people are, man. They don't pay no taxes, and they got money. They got money in the Caymans. They got money in the Swiss Alps somewhere. He got money somewhere.
I don't think he got a lot of it. I can tell by the way he carry on.
You can tell by the way his suits fit. Like who?
Them dang suits from Men's Warehouse. And there's nothing wrong with having suits from Men's Warehouse, but if every major city in the US of A and some other countries has Trump Tower something, I'm gonna need them suits to be he's just trashy. I can't.
Well, you see Melanie be walking around with her Birkin bags. Homegirl ain't playing.
That's the only joy she's getting out of all of this is a Birkin. Bless her, Lord. That's tough.
But the Birkin is so beautiful.
That's the only highlight of this whole entire thing for her.
No, she's gonna be living her life when let's just hope and pray that people get to these polls and vote his ass out. Because I want to see what she's gonna do when this is over. I think she's gonna be out there living her best life, girl.
I hope so. I hadn't seen her smile in almost 4 years.
I just hope she's been stacking her coins and not like Dr. Dre's wife with your black car getting cut off.
It might be hard to stack for somebody who is $450 million. See, Dr. Dre's not in debt. Dr. Dre is still a billionaire. Donald Trump got... And, I remember Kamala Harris saying, he inherited one of the best nations from the Obama-Biden presidency and vice presidency, and just like everything else he has ever inherited, he ran it in the ground. And I was like, oh. So I knew then his businesses, and he's never wanted to release his tax return, not only because he's swindling and not paying taxes. I paid more than $750 in taxes when I had a job in high school, but because he doesn't want us to know the genuine state of his finances. Like, I know that Barack Obama and Michelle Obama were millionaires before he became president. Donald Trump, like, what's the point? Like, you always talk about how you got it. Show us. I knew that was the first problem. Number one, he's a liar and a cheat. And number two, you ain't got it like you say you got it.
Nope.
Well, at least if push comes to shove, baby, you can sell that Birkin. I can't buy it, but somebody gonna buy it from you, girl. Sell all of it.
And she got like 30 of them bad boys. That's like $300,000 or more right there.
Sell your pictures
Birkins
too,
are
baby.
An investment. They are an investment.
And you have to be on like a wait list to get them sometimes too, right?
Well, no. You can go to Paris, right? Hermes has an app. Don't ask me how I know this. Hermes, because I can't afford no Birkin. Hermes has an app. And you have to go in every morning and try to put yourself on a waiting list. You just got to keep going and going and going. And eventually they call you and you go in and you tell them what you want and they bring out what they have.
Remember
they don't have what you want.
Remember that episode of Sex and the City where Samantha was representing Lucy Liu and she lied and said Lucy wanted that Birkin, but it was really her. And then when Lucy found out, she was like, thanks, and took that back. And that was like, that was a Honda Civic. That bag was a lie. And Samantha, you should have saw when she saw all her money walk out that door.
That's my fucking Birkin.
That damn Samantha. That was a whole Honda Civic as much as she'd have paid for that purse.
Listen, that was in New York, but you have to get your Birkin from Paris, girl.
Well, that's how you know it's difficult. How many people can't just go to Paris to get a purse?
Listen, if I ever come into some money, I'm going to Paris. I'm going to go to that Hermes and get my Birkin. And my little Twilly. Twilly is the scarf that goes around the handle. I watch too many vloggers, girl.
I was going to say, I don't know all of this because I don't want to know.
I can't afford none of that shit.
I'm gonna be on OnlyFans, and y'all gonna pay to watch me eat crab legs dipped in butter so I can get a damn Birkin.
Do you get money for that?
I've heard some people trick people to signing up for their OnlyFans, and then they be on there doing stuff like eating crab legs and shit. But you already paid the money. So we have good topics that we talk about in bullshit of the week as well. We have a special congratulations that goes to Kelly Rowland and her husband. Kelly Rowland is a former member of Destiny's Child. If you have lived up under a rock, Destiny's Child is the group that Beyonce was in, and that's all that really matters about anything.
Shade.
Like Beyonce, like when I say Beyonce, drop the mic. But yeah, Kelly Rowland is, how old is she? She's our age, 39?
She's 39 years old, and she is pregnant with her second child.
Congratulations. I know that could be difficult from a medical perspective, especially as a black woman. I know it could be scary, but, you know, Janet Jackson had a baby at 50, honey. You got it. You can do it.
I don't know how Jenna did that, but yeah, kudos to Kelly. Her first son is 5 years old, so she's starting from scratch.
Aww.
At 39 years old, so
good things are coming out of 2020. I love it.
I'm praying for you, girl, that you have a happy and healthy pregnancy, and we can't wait to see what you have. I know we won't know until you have the baby, so.
Well, Nicki Minaj had her baby some weeks ago, and we still don't even know what the gender of it is. People have leaked it, but
we barely knew Nicki Minaj was pregnant.
She ain't tell y'all until the day before her baby shower, okay?
You know?
Which is probably the best way to do it, because y'all trolls. I hate it.
Do people even still care about Nicki Minaj?
The Barbs, that's what her fans are called. You know, Rihanna's is the Navy. The Barbs, yeah, they. Oh Lord, Barbs, don't dang, there's a gnat in here. Barbs, don't attack our. We just got our Twitter account back, cause don't.
Listen, the girl hasn't had a hit song in I don't know how long.
The shade of it all.
You know, since she who did she leave?
Young Money.
Did she leave Young Money?
She was with Young Drake and them, right?
Well, ever since Drake stopped writing her music, do your throat. We haven't had a hit out of her.
You drink some of my water with lime.
Takashi's song, because that was his song. That wasn't your song, girl. So.
Ooh. Okay, Cardi. That's what you sound like, Cardi.
And wait, is your husband even allowed around your child? Because you know he's a convicted
sex offender, like child. When y'all see this video, y'all gonna see me fighting with this dang gnat. It's terrorizing me.
He had to get permission to do something, to go to the hospital or
to
something.
To travel with her. So with his being a registered sex offender, he is not supposed to leave the state. And she travels, and they had to get special permission for him to be able to travel with her, because there was no telling if and when she would go into labor, and she wanted to have the baby at, probably, what's that hospital people always go to, Sinai?
Cedars-Sinai.
Yeah, and so they had to get special permission for him to be able to leave out of state. Like, he don't have to wear an ankle monitor or anything, but, you know, he's a registered sex offender.
So she went from
Meek
Mill.
She used to have to get petition on his behalf in courts too, remember?
Who's a criminal. She went back to the neighborhood and found her another criminal. Like, you're Nicki Minaj. You couldn't find a nice businessman.
And her husband's last name is Petty.
I know, like.
How petty is that? Well, her brother is an alleged child rapist. Oh, he's convicted.
Yes, he is injured.
Child rape?
He was sleeping with a relative's daughter, something crazy.
And she paid his bail and for his legal defense, and people were trying to rip her about that. I remember.
Yeah, he's sentenced to 25 years in prison for raping an 11-year-old girl. And there was some kind of relation. I don't know if it was by marriage.
My Lord.
Yeah, he's just a pedophile,
My Lord, my Lord.
Jelani Mirage.
Oh, so her last name.
Raping his stepdaughter. So he's the scum of the earth.
Oh, gosh.
Let's not even talk about these Minajes no more. I can't. No one cares about Nicki Minaj. I didn't even see on it. Did the Shade Room even post that she had her baby? Because I don't remember seeing it.
I think people did, but it was so underwhelming because, like I said, she hasn't revealed the gender, she hasn't revealed the name, so we're over it at this
Was
point.
she even pregnant? Was that a real? You know what? Bye, Nicki. Bye, Nicki. Girl, Rick Ross is out in these streets. He ain't even in these streets, girl. He on private plane, so I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad.
Wait, but the story don't make sense if you on a private plane. Tell them what the private plane wearing Rick done did.
Listen, he ain't flying commercial like my little bum behind. He in the PJ, okay? But this fool was head to toe in fake Louis Vuitton. The boy had on a fake backpack. He had on fake Louis shiny shorts.
Oh, I
He
see
had
it.
a fake bag on. The handle's supposed to be black. His handle's tan. Like,
Now, I know that bag is fake. I can look at it.
wait, and they were like, we don't know if the shoes is fake because we can't zoom in close enough to tell.
Those are Converse. Does Louis Vuitton have... I know Converse All-Stars when I see them because when I tell y'all I got Converse for days, those look like Converse All-Stars.
But you know what? You know how some celebrities or whoever, they take pieces and make other pieces out of them?
This is not Monica in her Fendi outfit on Versus.
But not that bag. Not those bags.
That bag. Baby, I can tell that. I've been in New York and literally been walking down the street and like a van will pull up and they'll lay a blanket out and then just start selling all this stuff and then 30 seconds later they're gone.
But you know what? Fire his stylist because I don't think he went to the boutique to get this stuff. Somebody brought it to him.
He does not have a stylist. What? There's no stylist to fire. You know where he got this stuff from? From his homeboy that sells stuff out his trunk. We all know somebody who be selling hot stuff. Don't act like y'all
You know
don't.
what? The man is smart, okay? He ain't wasting his coins on this designer stuff. He got him some fake shit, and he gonna save his coins.
You know what?
Children through school.
I will say the dumbest money that I've ever spent in my life is for, I have a, what do they call the duffel bag? A keep all?
Never full.
The never full is the big purse.
Yeah.
I think it's a keep.
You have the duffel?
I told you it was stupid.
Where you going with that doggone duffel?
Exactly! When I tell y'all, my shoulder literally wants to bleed.
That's what he has in the picture, but he has a small one.
But I'm about to say, like, I didn't buy the big one, but the next size. Like, I remember literally I went to Louis Vuitton at Lenox on my lunch break with my coworker, and I was like, should I buy it? And my coworker's like, I don't know. He was like, do you want it? I was like, let's flip a coin. Why I'm in the damn Louis Vuitton store flipping coins like I work at Magic City or something. I just got cash to blow. So when I tell y'all that is the stupidest money I have ever spent, the strap is such a strong leather that I feel like I have blood coming out of my shoulders if I put more than a pair of tennis shoes.
The suitcase, the pulley.
That was about another $1,000 because I done paid about $2,000 for the damn duffel bag. I ain't have another $1,000. I work in finance. They was gonna start auditing me if I was coming through the airport with all this stuff.
Well, you should have been like Ricky and got the fake one then.
I at least got the duffel bag with the strap because my friend's like, you do not want to be in the airport carrying that and you don't have a strap. The strap is like another $7, and I don't even want to know how much that duffel bag costs now. But when I tell you I be in the airport and because I have a real one, I be looking at people, and when you see people with thread coming out, let me tell y'all something about a Louis Vuitton. Ain't never a thread gonna come out of it. Never. The patterns don't be matching up. So I be in the airport and you can see when people check their Louis Vuitton luggage, I promise you it's not real because let me tell you something. I don't care if the pilot has to hold that duffel bag. I ain't checking it. I will fight and get kicked off that plane because I know I'm never going to see it again, okay?
Listen, I be seeing these women. When I was on a custom line, I saw at least 5 people with fake Louis. First of all, I look at their hair.
Oh,
the first
Kim's in this hair. I cannot.
The hair is the first giveaway, okay? Then I look at their shoes. You ain't wearing no cheap shoes if you got a Louis Vuitton duffel bag.
This is true. Even if you just like got on sweatpants and some sneakers, you still, even if you like dress down at the airport, yeah. But that's the stupidest money I've ever spent. I think I might sell it, but the only reason I will not is because I probably bought that 6, maybe 8 years ago. I've probably only used it 5 times, but I know it appreciates. So like my Never Full, the Never Full costs double now than what I paid for it back in 2010. So that's the only reason I won't sell it because I know it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. Let me look it
Well,
up.
if you ever go broke, you know you can sell that bag.
Me and Milani. What's her name? Melania? Milani? I don't know
Melanie, she gonna sell them burgers if she need to.
I should know the first lady's first name. Bless
She's
me,
not the
Lord.
real first lady. That's
Ooh.
Michelle Obama.
Ooh, Forever 44.
I'm
gonna go look it up. I think it's the 50 or the 55. The one I have is the 55 in the Damier Ebony. Now let me tell y'all something else about that too. Louis Vuitton is what, French?
I think it is. The flagship is in Paris.
So I've gone to the Louis Vuitton store and I know it's French, and I was like, can I have the I got a bunch of Louis Vuittons. What's the one that's shaped like a dome at the top and it has feet on the bottom? You know what I'm talking about?
Listen, I got a Nan Louis Vuitton bag. No, I don't.
I can't remember, but I was like, I would like to see that in the Damier Ebony. And let me tell y'all something. The Louis Vuitton associates at Lenox Mall in Atlanta, baby, you act like you don't work at the damn mall. First of all.
In Atlanta, you ain't in Paris, B.
And you know what that guy said? He was like, I'll go get the Demir. I'm from Alabama, and I know that's not how you say it.
It's Damier.
So I called customer service, and I asked the lady, I said, can you tell me how to pronounce the name of this purse? I mean, this pattern. And she said it was how you and I are saying it. And I said, well, you guys need to do like some employee training. He was like, I'll go get the Demir. Don't bring that back, because that's not, I didn't ask for this Rick Ross purse. I want the. So I just thought that you can't throw shade and be incorrect, sweetie.
No.
And like I said, you act like you don't work at the mall.
You might work at Louis, but it's still in the mall, B.
I think it's the
How
Alma.
much Louis pay? They get commission though, right?
Yeah. It's the Alma. That's the one I wanted to look at, the Alma. But yeah, that doggone, that's a $2,000 purse now. I know I didn't pay that for it. So the duffel bag is about it. So yeah, the duffel bag when I bought it, probably, I lied. I said 2000. It was probably 12 something. Now it's 1990. So I'm gonna hold on to it. I've literally used that thing like 5 times.
I'm gonna need you to sell that bag. Sell that doggone bag, girl. You ain't gonna wear that bag. That bag too doggone. Where you going with that bag?
When Tyler call us, because I don't have to carry it in. He gonna have people helping us.
We not gonna be one hand doing the other hand doing that bag now.
Tyler gonna send people to help carry our luggage. I don't have to carry it when I go to Hollywood. Like, I can't go to Hollywood with my my regular suitcase that I got off Overstock. I gotta keep that bag so when we go to Hollywood.
No, we gonna go right to where Ricky got his luggage.
No, we will not. No,
yes,
we're not gonna be on the shade room before we even get started. Woo, baby.
How you got the tan handle when the bag has a black handle?
That backpack looked like something they had in the Goonies, baby. Or the Ghostbuster backpack.
Listen, Rick, was he even getting on the plane? I need to see the manifest. Did he even take this plane?
You remember Justin Bieber? Remember that time he got called out?
No, it was Bow Wow.
Oh, little Bow Chad, Chip, Bow Wow.
Shad Moss.
Oh,
Front.
tink, po tink. But
He
yeah,
saw someone
Rick.
else's picture talk about he getting on the PJ.
But let me tell you, and there's nothing wrong. Well, yeah, I always say, like, what's the point of having knockoffs? Like, if you can't afford it, then just don't.
Then don't get it.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that.
There's levels to this shit, right?
Levels.
You got the low level, you got the mid level, you got the high level.
I have Louis Vuitton, but I also, all them t-shirts y'all love, Target. And
Like,
I use...
I have one Gucci bag, and I had that bag. Listen, when the Facebook memories come up, I've had that bag for 10 years, and I whip it out every summer. Okay? The rest of my bags, they're mid-level designer. I'm not spending my coins on no bag. I could go on vacation.
I used to be a big fan of Coach. I used to be in the Coach outlet, baby, fighting with them other women because they be having the bags for the...
Listen, Coach got some fly shit. I asked my husband, I said, do people still wear Coach? Because I ain't seen Coach in a minute.
I think
Go
they
on Coach website. They got some fly stuff.
last year I bought, or it might have been earlier this year before the world shut down. You know, I travel so much for work, and so I have a red bag that's like it's not a briefcase, but it's a business bag where you can put your laptop in it and files. So when I would go to client meetings, I had this red bag. So because I work in finance, but I also work in the affordable housing sector, I sort of felt like an asshole walking up in these meetings with my Louis Vuitton purses.
So you got Coach. But
So I got a red like Coach business bag, and it's cute.
Listen, y'all, Coach is not cheap. I mean, it's not a Louis Vuitton, Gucci, YSL price. Look, you go to Coach.com.
You can spend some
Lopez
hundreds.
is right there.
You're going to spend at a minimum some hundreds. Even at the outlet, I was still spending over $100 for each bag. But I know I have heard people, like, they ask me, like, well, why do you, like, spend so much money on your Louis Vuitton purses? Number one, if it's one thing I can't stand, Kim, your thing is these wigs. If it's one thing I cannot stand, it is a woman with a raggedy-looking purse. Your purse should not look like it went through Egypt when Pharaoh let Moses' people go. So I buy Louis Vuitton because that's a bag I will probably never ever have to replace. I don't have raggedy looking purses. Even when the patina starts to, is that what the process is called? Patina for the untreated. I cannot stand a raggedy purse. So it doesn't have to be expensive.
To go to Coach.com and look at this bag J-Lo have.
Let me go
How much
look.
is this?
Because even that work bag that I bought, the red one, it was some hundreds. I just so happened to look at the website when it was on sale. And I still paid maybe over $2 for it. And I think it was 30% off. Oh, that's so cute. Now that look like a Louis Vuitton.
Don't it look like that little
They biting.
It's cute though.
How much is it?
$4.95.
I'm not paying $4.95 for a Coach.
But look, if you can't afford a Louis, Gucci, YSL, all that other stuff, here you go.
And it's pink. Now I'm rocking pink for honorary purposes today, but the pink ain't nothing but some watered down red. I can't.
Yeah, I ain't rocking pink either, but they got a burgundy one. That's cute. Listen, I ain't buying no Coach. You know why I saw some cute Coach stuff? I've been looking for a laptop bag, like a tote bag. I've been looking for ages, girl. So I was on Coach looking, and they had one, but I ended up not getting it. I just got one from Kate Spade because they have friends and family right now.
So, yeah, that's my pet peeve. I can't stand people who wear raggedy, dirty shoes. When I meet a man, the first thing I look at are your shoes. The second thing I look at are your teeth. So, and I'm not talking about...
look at them teeth first, girl. Them teeth.
No, a man's shoes will tell you so much more about him than his teeth. Because a lot of y'all, everybody that I associate with, for the most part, has a job. But y'all don't act like y'all have dental insurance. And that's a whole nother thing. And that's a personal choice.
No bad teeth.
But yeah, when I first meet a man, I look at his shoes and I look at his teeth. Like, I have literally dated people who told me that they feel like they need to upgrade their wardrobe so they look like they should be standing next to me. That's not a requirement. And I didn't say anything about any of these men's shoes, but I do look at shoes and your teeth before, and I make an assessment. If you have on dirty shoes and we are not doing a one of the mud runs, what's them races people be doing through the obstacle courses, girl? Them Spartan races. Then your shoes need not be dirty, dusty, and certainly they should not be talking. Remember people when we were little, if your shoes was ragged and it was kind of apart, we said, why your shoes talking? Mm-hmm. So yes, shoes and teeth are what I notice about women too. I'm not even gonna lie. When I check your shoes, your teeth, and women, your eyebrows. Kim, what?
Yeah.
Kim said.
Yo, my friends call me the teeth police because you know your girl group chat, right? I just can't stand no bad teeth. Like it grinds my gears. Like
I had braces.
You can't go on vacation. You can't be catching flights and your teeth is bad.
Ooh.
You can't. Ooh. You gotta stop doing that. It's just not right. It's something wrong with the world. The world don't work like that.
You know, I had braces in my 30s because I remember as a young girl, I would go to the dentist and he would be like, "Oh, you have a near perfect bite." But let me tell you what Donyetta did. I played the clarinet from the 5th grade to the 12th grade. And I got my wisdom teeth removed. So now I got some wiggle room between my other teeth, right? When I tell you, I realized that I was looking like Bucky the Vampire Slayer. And so in my 30s, I got braces. Yeah.
Listen, it's never too late.
I might get them again because I have been wearing my retainer.
It is never too late. Y'all need to get y'all priorities in order. Your health is a priority.
And people don't understand too. Like if you get gum disease, like that can affect your heart health. Like your teeth is just not even a cosmetic thing. Like the health of your mouth, like affects other parts of your body.
No, it's a cosmetic thing because I don't want to see your jacked up grill. Get your teeth fixed. We got too many options. You got the Smile Direct Club. They send me ads on Instagram. The Smile Direct Club. You got Invisalign. It's clear. It is clear. And you could get a mouthful of metal. Get a mouthful of metal if you got to. I need you to get them teeth fixed and stop playing. Stop catching them flights. Stay off of Spirit. I don't want to see your ass on Southwest and you get your teeth fixed. Listen, we gotta take JetBlue from New York to get to the Caribbean.
Really?
So you're gonna leave JetBlue alone. Yes, that's the only way we could get there.
See, that's why you need to move on to Atlanta because, baby, Delta Airlines take you anywhere you need to go. When Tyler calls us, we're gonna fly on Delta.
It's $500. Every time I go to it's $500.
Yes, because it's Delta Airlines. Just like when you go to Louis Vuitton, it costs more than a Coach store. The shade of it all. After I just said, it's nothing wrong with having Coach purses. I used to have Coach purses. I called it Spirit Airline of handbags. But no, seriously, you can get you a cute purse from Target. But when them threads start showing,
throw it out and go buy another $20 bag.
But that's why I spend so much money on my handbags. I don't have to replace my bags because eventually you have bought a Louis Vuitton. You get what you pay for.
Listen, I live in some Tory Burch. Tori, my girl.
I done walked my ballet slippers down. I need to get some more. They look like I came out of Egypt.
Oh, them Reva flats. You can't wear them Reva flats.
And I would wear those to all of my meetings because, you know, I'm in the airport. And typically if it's a work meeting, sometimes I go dressed because as soon as I get off the plane, I got to meet the client. And, like, heels in the airport is really not, especially that Atlanta airport. And so, yeah, I wore those Revas. I'm on my 3rd pair, maybe. The only reason I haven't gotten any is because ain't nobody seeing my feet in quarantine.
You know, with them Reva flats, when the top get worn out, they will replace those Reva flats.
Mine is the toe, like maybe because I have the black ones right now. I've had other colors, but my tried and true are the black ones. It looks like maybe I scuffed the color off the tip of the toe. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Your girl be walking funny. I heel strike when I run, and then I guess I moonwalk when I walk. All right, Rick. R.I.P. to Rick Ross is fake Louis Vuitton.
We gonna talk about Tyga, y'all.
Kylie Jenner's baby daddy. Also, what's her name? The pretty girl. Black China's baby daddy.
That is not Kylie Jenner's baby daddy.
So let me see. So yeah, he dated Kylie. And Black China and him have a child together. And that was the big stink because Black China and them were friends. So let me see. So Kim has sent me. I have not seen it.
So let me tell y'all, okay?
Before I look.
Tyga started an OnlyFans account.
Oh, he did?
Yes. And homeboy put up his eggplant for all of the world to see. Now, I read somewhere that someone was trying to extort him and we're going to put out naked pictures of him, so he put them out first, and I don't know if they were leaked. He put them out. I don't know what it is, but the pictures is out, y'all. Fellas, if you're listening, just don't listen to this part because y'all don't care about. Okay, I want Donyetta to look.
I'm nervous.
This picture. This is not safe for work. I would put the picture in the show notes, but I'm not going to. So if you go to Twitter and you put in Tyga,
Tyga,
it will fill out the rest for you.
Okay, you want me to look now?
Tyga. I want you to look at this picture.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm about to click it.
Nice. It's not safe for work, people.
Oh. What?
Can you see why Kylie stayed with him as long as she did?
I don't see how she could. Are we sure? Now, I have an observation. This boy is light bright. His penis looks like it belongs on Morris Chestnut's body.
Oh, it's not that
Yes,
dark.
it is. That is chocolate.
Well, you know, black men, their members are always
Now,
darker
that much,
than
it ain't
their skin
going
tone.
from El DeBarge to Morris Chestnut.
Listen, that's him. His tats are there. And if you read the comments, they said, well, this is old news. We already knew Tyga was packing.
I always wondered what the appeal about him was.
So,
Wow.
Are old short dudes packing?
No.
How you know?
No.
Well, you know Tyga is half Asian.
This is an epiphany. This is an anomaly.
Yes, his mom is like some kind of Asian, Japanese, something like that.
Godzilla.
Let me see. Tyga's mother.
That's like bigger than an infant baby's like thigh.
So her name is Passione Nugent.
Mm-hmm.
But she looks mixed. So I think it's her mother. Because I've seen them before. Her mother must be Asian. Like fully. Her name is Passione.
Yeah, that's a big one. So how did the internet know?
Wait, so Tyga's grandmother is Asian. I don't know where she's from.
Godzilla land?
But she's a straight up Asian woman.
That makes sense because his eyes are hazelish. Yeah, that's interesting.
So Tyga is packing, y'all. Like, I wasn't expecting that at all.
I have a saying: if you can't fill up a magnum, you can't fill up my heart.
Wait, what is the Cardi B song when she says "back that"? What she says?
What? Mm-hmm. Oh, park that. I want you to park that something. It's little
throat and then back that Mack
in
truck
this little
in this
bitty
little
garage or something. Yeah, that's definitely a Mack truck.
He got the Mack truck and he's backing it up into somebody's garage. I hope they got enough room.
Ouch. Too much of a good thing can still be too much, okay? But yeah, that's a wow. Like most black women, we're not shocked at the size of it. We're just shocked that he has this particular size.
Yeah, I'm not shocked at the size.
Yeah,
I'm shocked
that is his.
that it's on him.
I'm telling y'all, that is a chocolate penis.
No, it's him.
He needs to wash better and exfoliate. Them things looking rusty like that thing look rusty like people's knees and elbows. How you El DeBarge and your penis is Morris Chestnut? That's not good hygiene.
It is not that
Girl, this penis is Morris Chestnut dark. It is.
I think it's the angle.
It is Charlie Murphy dark. It is darkness, everybody. Darkness. Eddie Murphy dark. And this dude look like El DeBarge. You need to.
Okay.
He needs some Ambi. Remember Ambi fade cream? He's
Yes.
not washing well. That thing look rusty like the back of a neck.
She lying, y'all. It don't look rusty.
Go look at it. That thing is dark.
He just needs a little light in the room to highlight.
No,
his
he don't
membership.
because his stomach is light. Look at the stomach. I can tell is El DeBarge. We get 3 inches later, leading to the penis. Even his hand. Look at his hand compared to his penis. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Why
Like
you want to burst my bubble?
that thing is not exfoliating. He got how old is he? 30-something years worth of dead skin cells on that thing. He might be afraid to wash it. It might scare him.
But did he just finish getting some? Why is so shady?
It's glossed up. Look, let me tell you. Kim, we're not going down that rabbit hole. I don't know if he
That's
finished getting some as
shady.
much as his lotion or whatever type of lubricant he uses is on it.
Listen, Tyga, I'm mad at you.
I'm
boy.
mad your penis is dark and the rest of your body's
Go ahead
not.
and show some more if you want to.
Not until you exfoliate.
Okay, if you fresh like these girls right here, you go on Twitter and you type in Tyga packing. You don't even gotta type in the packing. You just type in Tyga and the packing comes up.
So it's just that one picture, or is it multiples out there?
Yeah. That's the only picture I've seen.
That thing need a ring light or something.
Why? You need another angle?
Yes, he needs a ring light. That thing is darkness, everybody. Dog. I need you to exfoliate. Yes, black men, penises typically are a little bit darker than the rest of their body, but it is not from El DeBarge to Eddie Murphy. Hello?
Like white men have pink meat, black men have brown and black meat.
Tyga's is like darkness dark. And talking about the light, his hand ain't dark. His hand is holding his penis. It's the same light.
He said, I bet Travis Scott packing more than Tyga.
He gotta be. He has to be.
No, he's tall and skinny.
I'm talking about because of how he looks.
Somebody said, how the fuck do you make such boring music when you're packing a cannon like that?
Make what music?
Such boring music.
Because he don't have to do anything. It's like how girls don't have to be anything but pretty. He don't have to do nothing.
These comments are hilarious. I can't. So I say, I refuse to believe Tyga is packing more than me.
Boy, you have to put yourself out there like that. But then, like, think about this, though. So maybe somebody was blackmailing him. I don't want to be with nobody who everybody know what you look like up under your clothes.
True, but you know what? I'm sure his DMs is lit right now.
It need to be lit with offers to get him some exfoliant, some St. Ives apricot scrub, or some Ambi Fade cream, because that penis is too dark compared to the rest of his body.
She's not gonna leave the shade. She is gonna be shady on the shade.
And look, in my
Tyga's
40 years, I have dated somebody that was so light that his eyes are gray. So, no, shout it. I've dated chocolate men. I've dated El DeBarge-ish looking men. Nah, it ain't that big of a difference. You need to clean that thing, shout it. That thing dirty. My damn elbow ain't that dark. Shoot. And I grew up in Alabama playing in the dirt and rocks outside. Ooh.
So Tyga's Asian side is not coming through on his member.
And the soap.
I don't mind it.
I mean, it's nothing more disappointing than liking somebody and then realizing that they can't wear a Magnum.
Ooh.
What?
And on that note...
No, that's a real thing. But I know some women who don't like big penises. I have several girlfriends who don't like... their preference isn't my preference. What? You've never heard people say that they don't like big penises?
I have never heard that in my
Really?
life.
I have a lot of girlfriends who be like...
Who says that?
No, they be like, no. Like, I know a guy...
Then they must be gay. They're lesbians. That's why they don't like it.
And they have little bitty garages.
All right. We want to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Lay Twins Experience.
Please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a 5-star rating.
5 stars.
Nothing less.
Not 4, 3, or 2.
And
5.
definitely not 1. Don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
That wouldn't be nice. That would not be nice.
You can also follow us on social media, Le Twins Experience on Instagram and Facebook, and Le Twins EXP on Twitter.
And subscribe to our playlists. You know, these little songs that we put in for the song pick of the week. Mm-hmm. We have a playlist on Spotify for it. So subscribe to that. It will be down below. You can scroll down right now and tap that link and follow the playlist.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have visual episodes for every podcast episode, so you can see our facial expressions in shade instead of just hearing it.
And those facial expressions are a doozy.
They get me, and it's my face.
I can't. Y'all know this. I say I can't in the intro.
She really can't. She been...
After Donyetta says, okay, I say I can't.
We 8 episodes in, and Kim still can't. It's just going to get better from here. It's just, whew.
I can't.
Okay.
All So we will catch y'all on the next one.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast so you'll never miss an episode.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to rate and or review the show. It would really help us out. Catch you next time.